Hey there, Scorchy here with another custom stages video. These videos have been doing really good so far, so if you've been enjoying it, just make sure to subscribe and also make sure to drop your stage codes in the comments so I can check them out for the next video. As always, a quick reminder that to check out these stages, all you have to do is go to online, share content, press X, and then enter ID. Alright, let's get into it. First, we have an awesome stage inspired by The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. This is Clocktown. Let's check it out. This is the perfect example of a very simple stage that's just very well designed. I like the moving pieces in the center, of course, and the way that the bumper is used for a decoration here in the center platform. And it results in a very fun stage for 4-player matches, a very roomy stage with a lot of room for characters. And it also creates scenarios where you can just get stuck in between the walls here and just start bouncing off like crazy until you go off the walk-off. I would recommend playing this with items on and try to get the skull kid to appear or even the moon from Majora's Mask for some really, fitting endings to some of the matches. Alright, on to the next one. Up next, we have a stage based on the Generation 3 of Pokemon. This is Sky Pillar. Sky Pillar is an awesome competitive stage with a layout very similar to Lilat. And in the background, you have the really cool details of Rayquaza moving around. Both his head and his body are moving. And it's just a very nice looking competitive stage. I love the layout on this stage. I really like the design. If you're a fan of Pokemon and you're looking for more competitive stages, this is your stage. So simple yet so nice. Okay, on to the next one. While I'm still hoping to one day see Banjo and Kazooie join the fight in Smash Bros. Ultimate, I'll still have stages like this. This is Spiral Mountain. And here we are at Spiral Mountain, where you can see Banjo's very messy house here in the bottom left. Then on the right, we can see the Spiral Mountain itself and the bridge that leads into Gruntilda's lair, which actually works as a cannon right there by the entrance. So right there will be winds that'll push you into the cannon and then you'll get shot back into the lower level of the stage. This is a really nice casual stage. I'm really hoping to see Banjo join Smash, even though I think it's not very possible. But in the meantime, stages like this are really fun and I like to play on them because they remind me of Banjo and my dream to have him in Smash. Anyway, on to the next stage. Up next, we have a stage called The End Is Nigh, based on the game of the same name, which actually looks a lot like this. I recommend you look it up and compare them. Anyway, let's get into this stage and I'll show you why I think it's super creative. And here we are at The End Is Nigh, where at the beginning of the match, you'll be fighting between these 3 very broken down buildings, but as the fight progresses, some of these buildings will actually collapse, so be careful because you could collapse with them. And also, as time passes, you'll have a smaller area to fight on. This creates a really cool dynamic where at the beginning of the match, you're a little bit more spread out, and by the end of it, you're all together in the same building trying to knock each other down and get some kills. That's a super dynamic and cool way to create a custom stage that actually changes the way you're playing the match and how you're supposed to win. And do not worry, that wind effect is fully aesthetic. It's on the foreground of the stage, so it doesn't affect the gravity on this stage. So feel free to try it out and let me know what you think. I think it's super interesting and one of the most creative ones that I've seen when it comes to dynamics of changing the rules of the game, as one might say. Alright, on to the next stage. Alright, up next, we have a stage called DKC Mines Plus. But first, I want to shout out RPG, also known as Rob Playing Games, because this is the 3rd time I review one of his stages on this series of videos, and I just wanted to shout him out because he always makes very creative stages that I really like. So I will leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description, and make sure to check it out for more stages like these from RPG. Alright, so let's check out this stage based on Donkey Kong Country. And here we are at DKC Mines, and I think most of you will agree with me that some of the most fun stages in the Donkey Kong Country series are the minecart stages. And so here we are at one of them, where if you're not careful, you might get pushed out of the stage by one of the incoming minecarts, so you better watch out. This is a very simple stage with a very simple mechanic, but I really like the design of it with the little touches of the bananas spinning around and how there's a bumper in the cart for some reason. I just found it really fun, and it's one of the very iconic levels of Donkey Kong Country that doesn't have a lot of representation in Smash, so I thought it was nice to add a really fun one to play with friends and try to get them to bump into the minecart so that they'll die off the side. Okay, now on to the next stage. Now this stage I really like for one peculiar reason. So let's check out Fallout Vault. Now, this is a competitive stage with a layout very similar to WarioWare, but with the slants here on the sides of the platforms. And what I really like about this stage is what's actually going on in the background of the stage. You can see the vault opening and closing here, but you can also see that it works on an actual gear system. Check out the railing and check out the actual door or gear that is closing and opening. And it's just a gear system created in the Smash Ultimate Stage Builder. That's crazy, just using the physics and creating actual gear systems here. I think this is really creative and a really cool display on how the stage builder can be used and abused to create really cool effects. Just something I thought I'd really share with you guys, because I thought this one was a cool little tidbit of cool design that doesn't really affect the gameplay at all. Like, at the end of the day, it's still a competitive stage, but you have that eye candy in the background of using physics to kind of decorate the stage per se. Really awesome stage, really liked it. So let's move on to the next stage, shall we? Now we are here at Galaxy Generator, a very simple stage with a very cool gimmick that I actually can't even fathom how long it took to put together. But anyway, let's check out Galaxy Generator. And here we are at Galaxy Generator, where I really feel like I don't even have to explain what's going on. Look at the craziness with these platform bits in the middle, just perfectly expanding and contracting in perfect shapes every time at the same time, and then they all touch together and then separate. It's so intricate. I really do wonder how this was set up to just work that perfectly. Crazy stage, and of course those little platforms will affect your projectiles and how you bounce off of certain stuff, or if you take any attacks or stuff like that. So it creates for crazy situations, but it's just a very mesmerizing stage of just seeing all these bits of platforms just moving in perfect symmetry, and it's just a very cool gimmick. I thought it just looked awesome. I don't know how they pulled this off, but even in slow motion it's kind of mesmerizing how perfect it came out. This one really I'm mostly putting in the list because of that. Just really interesting design, and yeah, try it out with friends. It looks way better in person, I promise you. Okay, on to the next stage. Now may all viewers please rise for O Canada. Let's check it out. And here we are at O Canada. So grab your poutine and your Tim Hortons and start enjoying this Final Destination-ish stage, except of course for the giant maple leaf in the middle. And listen, I might be a little bit biased because I do live in Canada after all, but I just really enjoyed this stage. I thought it was really funny. And you know, if you're feeling oddly patriotic, just feel free to play on this stage. Just a really funny one that's not necessarily a big meme or a character's, you know, body parts. So just thought I would share this one. Up next, we have one of the most iconic stages in all of gaming. Let's go to Pumpkin Hill. Alright, so get your rap rhymes ready, because here we are at Pumpkin Hill. And you know what? All memes aside, this is actually a very nice competitive stage, very well balanced. The main gimmick being this moving platform in the middle, so it reminds me a little bit of a Smashville kind of setup, but this platform actually moves in a U form rather than just side to side, and it's a little bit of a smaller platform too, so it's easier to camp and pressure on this platform than in a longer one. And you have these very slight slants of the sides of the stage, so a really cool stage that I thought I would share just because it's not only a funny reference, but it's also very well balanced and a nice change of pace on the Smashville format of stage layouts. Alright, on to the next stage now. And now a recreation of Pac-Maze from Smash 4 on the 3DS. Let's check it out. And here we are at Pac-Maze, where there's a lot of stuff going on, so let's actually break it down bit by bit. First, we obviously have the ghosts running around in the background, and then we also have an actual Pac-Man made out of lava, so be careful, because if he hits you, you're gonna bounce all over the stage and probably die. The other cool feature on this stage is the use of portals to recreate the way that you would go off one of the sides of the stage and appear on the other one on the 3DS version of this stage. Overall, a pretty faithful recreation of the 3DS original that is very wacky and crazy, so I would recommend this one, you know, with 4 players, items on kind of stuff. Really fun one to play in, and I really wanted to feature it in this video. I recommend that you go and play on the 3DS version of this stage and then come back and play on this one and let me know what you think. So now, before reviewing the last 2 stages of this video, I really want to remind you about leaving your codes in the comments of this video so I can get to them. And I've also started a new channel on our Discord server to drop more codes for your stages to make sure that I can check them out for the next video. Alright, without further ado, let's move on to the next stage. Now, there are plenty of Undertale stages out there, and this is one of the ones that I enjoyed the most. And I'll tell you why as we get into it. Alright, let's check it out. Now here we are at Undertale Battle. A pretty simple stage that recreates, well, an Undertale battle. The reason why I like this stage is because I felt that a lot of Undertale stages were just throwing way too much stuff at you, and it felt like you were fighting against the stage rather than fighting against your opponents. And sometimes that's fine, but in a stage where you have a big main platform and it's supposed to be, a stage where you play against your friends, it just felt a little bit off. This one is still, you have the main bone in the middle of the stage that pushes you side to side, which still gets in your way, but it's not a huge annoyance, if you know what I mean. Now, it creates for really interesting ledge trapping and ledge guarding situations, so I also like that mix up there. And then you can use the other 2 bones as platforms to kind of camp out or go after your opponents if they're trying to recover high as well. Really simple, clean stage. No cringy drawings of Sans Undertale either. I really liked it, and if there was ever an Undertale stage on Smash Brothers, this is kind of what I would, expect it to look like. Alright, now on to the next stage. Now, continuing on the trend of Canadian stuff, here we are at Slapshot Final. Now, Slapshot Final is a very simple hockey stage with a really funny mechanic. Of course, we have the hockey player here in the background that keeps throwing pucks into the net. And if you get caught, you might be thrown off the stage and then there's no way to recover and you're dead. Really fun stage with the ice platform here in the center that just creates for slippery, crazy situations and a lot of funny moments with the puck hitting you and trying to avoid the pucks from the hockey player here in the stage. I also like this stage because I think the 8-bit design of the hockey player was very well put together and it's very cute and well executed here on the stage creator. And it's just a fun stage to play at with your friends and enjoy some funny moments for sure. Alright, and that's it for this video, reviewing some of the best custom stages in Smash Bros. Ultimate. I've actually put together a playlist with all my videos reviewing stages in Smash Bros. Ultimate, so I'll leave a link to that in the description if you enjoyed videos like this. And also a reminder that I always live stream on Sundays and Wednesdays on Twitch. Link to that in the description as well. And also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. The support on these videos lately has been insane, and the fact that I'm about to break 4,000 subscribers is kind of nuts. So thank you so much for the support, and leave your codes in the comments so I can check them out for the next stages video. Alright, that is all. See you on the next one. Peace. Yo, did you guys see that retweet of how Joker's gun goes at the same time as Revenge, the Minecraft parody song? So every time a Joker holds me, I'm just start like, we're back in the mine, swinging our axes from side to side. That bangs, dude. That's a banger.